Hello, my name is Luke and I work for Expect Best. This is a quick look at a demo we have created for a fire and facilities firm that look after fire alarm panels, emergency lighting and extinguishers across their clients' sites. Their engineers were filling in everything via paper checklists and taking photos on their own phones, and then spent a lot of time matching the two together. So what you are currently seeing is a very basic system we have made for them to help them out. It opens on this inspector view. Opening a site gives you a checklist, 12 checks on a quarterly fire alarm service, each one marked as pass, fail, and unapplicable, with a running count at the top. Marking a zone as fail will open a notes field where the engineer can write the reason whilst they are standing in front of the issue, rather than remembering it back at the office. You might have also noticed this camera icon on the right hand side. Originally, the photos were attached to the inspection as a whole, so the office had to handle a folder full of photos and had to work out which one went where and which one was attached to what failure. We moved the camera onto the individual check itself. So if you click the icon, and as you can see, this is just a simple example to show you the functionality, it will bring up the camera where you can take a photo. And once you've taken the photo, it will automatically label the asset, the site, and the time that photo was taken. You may also see this little function here. Although it doesn't work, it's a good way to show off this system, as the system can work completely offline because some of the sites they have to work on have no signal at all, which was costing them inspections. Dropping the connection, or if the connection drops out, changes nothing about the app or the job. Everything is saved onto the phone, and when you get reconnected, everything will be sent over. After signing off on one of your jobs, 3 things will happen. It files the inspection, asks for a signature from the engineer, issues a certificate, and it books in the next service. So if you go to the office view over here, the inspection is already there, ready and waiting. Every check, every note, and each photograph that you've taken, it's all there. There is no folder of pictures that needs to be sorted out or anything. It's just already there onto the system. If you hit generate certificate, it will bring you to this page, which has the site, the asset, the engineer, the standard it was tested to, every check with its results, and the signature of that engineer. You can either download it as a PDF, or you can just simply send it over to the client, usually before the engineer has even left the car park. We go over to the asset register. This is where the visit comes from. Every panel, illumination set, every extinguisher they have to look after has its own service interval, and the data it is next due up for service. The schedule reads this list overnight and raises the visits, so no one is depending on anybody for remembering what job they have. As you can see, there are 4 assets due in the next fortnight, and running it now raises them. On the contract side, it's the same thing. What is running out, what each one covers, and what site is next due for a visit. And as you can see, Ferndown has 9 days left for a visit. They also wanted a statistics page, which shows which site fails checks most often, which is handy for deciding where to send people and for knowing which site needs a bigger conversation. In the settings area, so they can add and remove a checklist or a site, add more engineers, and change what prints on the certificate without ringing us up to change it for them. As you can see down here, there's also a phone view, as we've made this run on pretty much everything. So from your phone, laptop, tablet, so forth, you can do it on the move whenever. What all of it adds up is that the paperwork arrives while the visit is still fresh in the memory rather than the following week, and nobody spends evenings matching up photos to each fail or check. Systems like this can be built to whatever level of detail, as always, from something a lot more simpler to more additions to a system like this. If this was something you would like for your business, click request a quote and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.